I'm looking and always on the hunt for the things that are going to help my clients get better faster, help me with the current situations that I'm dealing with. I've been in business and been a doctor for 20 years.
Now, I've designed the product to help with the healing and the repair from EMF. There's a bit of protection built in because I've ramped the body up, okay, to protect it. This is a wellness product. This fits in the wellness side for lower blood pressure, lower heart rate. This gets the body all back to as close to homeostasis, that balance. Provided there's no other condition going on, this is all what someone would need. It just pushes the body back to where it belongs. So I call it my energetic vitamins, my energetic minerals, my energetic botanicals. And it's just what the body needs to stay in that balance that it so desperately needs, especially with the way we eat and drink and the air that we breathe. We constantly get easily pushed out of whack. One of the studies that we did, you'll see on my paper, is we took this and we went to Troy University and we put it on football players. And was a double-blind reverse placebo where some got dummies and some got real ones. And what we found is the people that were wearing got much better performance, statistically and significantly better physical performance. So that's when we started to say, hey, we got something here. Okay, it's a small study, but I can't afford to go do a 50,000 double-blind reverse placebo. But I have enough anecdotal feedback and certainly enough lab work to show that's what the product does. Okay. And what I love about this is we do some dark field microscopy where we've taken blood, we take the cell phone, right, and we push the cell phone to the base of the slide. We look at it beforehand and get an assessment of the blood. We put the cell phone near there, turn it on, and we watch red blood cells start to, I call it corona eyes, right? They get sharp and pointy and flat, and they get sticky, okay, because the pH of the blood collapses. Okay, that's one of the things that EMFs do to us. It collapses the blood, the channel that moves glycogen and ATP in and out of the cells through the mitochondria collapse, and it does not allow the free flow. So these cells get locked up. The body just gets locked up. So you can see that in the slide, in the videos that we have on YouTube. And then what happens is we put our wristband next to it. And what happens, you see them start to pucker up the white blood. You can see the white blood cells start to move, the T cells moving in and out. You can see the red blood cell start to pucker up and they start to singulate. When we have acidic blood, the red blood cells are like a disc and they like to stick together. So I have these two red blood cells floating around. There's 4 surface areas that transmit oxygen and glycogen in and out and waste in and out of the cells. What happens if I put them like this? I've taken 4 and I've made 2, right? What if I had a third one stuck on here? Now I have 6 sides. Now I'm efficient as 2. Let me tell you what's happening in the body. The bone marrow says 1, 2, 3. You got all 3 of them that you need. I'm not giving you any more. The muscles are going, wait a minute, I'm used to 6 discs, 6 red blood cells giving me oxygen and taking away carbon dioxide. Now I'm only getting 2. The liver and the blood's clean. Everything's just fine. Nobody's kicking in to do anything until you put this wristband on. Okay. Then we get the bone marrow to say, okay, you got it. The liver and the kidneys say, wait a minute, something's wrong here. Let's push the pH back up. Let's get it to 7.2 to 7.4. Red blood cells start to pucker and they separate. And now the body's able to get the glycogen, the energy, get rid of the waste that it needs to. The liver and the kidneys are talking and your body's back to balance. Okay? And we see this with EMF across the board. When it was 3G, we used to cook the side of our heads, where you've seen all the videos out there where somebody could show you the number 4 would show up on the Nokia phone that we held to our ear. And it wasn't as much of a bother. And the research said, wait a minute, its bone density would absorb those EMFs, probably wouldn't be a big problem, right? And what we found was they said, okay, children should never use the cell phone, right? Because their bone density isn't high enough. Well, then came along 4G and 5G, and they never did the research, but my research shows that the majority of the energy from 4G and 5G only go anywhere between 5 and 10 millimeters into the skin. Well, you don't have a liver there. That's much farther inside you. But what is between the surface, your hair, and about 4 or 5 millimeters in? Every capillary in your body, right? The largest organ of the body is fed through the lymphatic and the blood system well within 5 millimeters. So as 5G starts to turn up, in order to give you the full experience, they have to provide you with more power and they have to move it closer to you. So more energies only going about that deep into their body, because the depth is a function of frequency. Higher the frequency, the less depth it goes. Higher the power, the more depth it goes and the more damage it can do. So we went from it's deeper into the body problems, and still they're a problem, but it wasn't as bad. Now we're not as deep into the body, and those frequencies are destroying or severely locking up the way the blood communicates to the cells. It isn't just happenstance that a cell goes, oh, bring me some oxygen. They communicate in this energetic field that says, I need it, bring it to me. And a cell comes over, lines up, swaps with oxygen and carbon dioxide, and swaps glycogen and ATP. The mitochondria is brilliant, and it's able to do that and communicate. The liver and the kidneys communicate through the chemical system, as well as through the electrical system, and then as well as through the energetic system. And that's what Chinese have done for 5,000 years.
Right. And it's vibrational medicine. And it's what I've spent my whole career studying, implementing, teaching, showing people what to do. And I specialize in the neuroscience piece of it. So why I'm so interested in this is that I've been using frequency technology for 20 years. The BioMeridian is now the company IHT. I'm not sure if you're International Health Technologies. So that's the type of, it allows the body to be exposed to certain frequencies, really helps us to see what the body gets stressed about, and then helps support that stress and helps the body